Look at this cool lizard. He's like blue on top. We're heading down into town today, and ultimately all the way up north. So we're heading to town to go visit the fam, hang out with them down at their spot in town, and then also we're gonna roll with them they go to an Orthodox church. So I think we're gonna see what that whole experience and visit is like. Luffy's behind us somewhere, but I don't know where. Luffy! There he is. Yeah, we try to make sure to walk on these days when we go to town, just so he can get his yayas out. I take him with me because he likes to roll with us. But make sure he gets his legs, stretched before we head on down. And for me too, actually. It's nice just to kind of recenter. I want to see if I can film these guys. They're like these crazy hoverflies that actually greatly remind me. Luffy, no, you're scaring them away. They greatly remind me of some of the creatures. Whoa, wait, buddy. Right up in my face. In the sci-fi movie I watched. I feel like whoever made that movie must have had some of these around where he lived. Around where they lived. These manzanita berries look pretty ripe. I might try one just to see. Oh, no green. Getting there though. I'm not gonna lie, I have a pretty sick one-piece fit going right now. But I also realized probably not necessarily what you wear to church. So I'm gonna bring some kind of more nicer clothes maybe. So yeah, we'll see that transformation from casual mountain Luffy wear to church. I just thought of an absolutely awful joke thinking about the vultures we saw last week. So I'm going to share it with y'all. Why don't vultures check bags when they fly? Because all they have is carry-on. Carry-on. I'm sure others have thought of that joke before, and it is absolutely terrible, but made me happy. I got the mountain in my rear view. I have to say, I find it crazy when there's signs that say slow children at play. It's like, do we need to comment on the type of children that are playing? What are we doing here? I got love for them if they're fast, normal speed, slow children. I don't think we need to put descriptives on it, just children at play. Probably would do the job. What do you think, Luffy? Just pulling up to the fam's house, gonna hang out a bit, get cleaned up a bit, and get ready to roll to church. It's got these giant eucalyptus rounds. Roofing out the car, getting some yayas out. Eating grass immediately. Yeah.
Close now, we're probably 10 minutes away at most.
Das Fischhook.
Das Fischhook. It's like the most epic service of the year. It's the most important day of the year.
And there's a bit of a somberness a little bit to a lot of our rituals. Pascha's the opposite, and the whole week after Pascha too.
We made it down to the church. What you got to say, Zion?
Dude, I'm stoked we got you down here, dude.
Yes, sir.
Well, the emperor of Rome, in St. Mark's time, told him to bring all of the riches of the church to him, so take all their money, basically. So he brought all the poor people, and he's like, these are the riches of the church. So they sentenced him to death, tortured him. A lot of things didn't kill him. They finally burned him alive. And he mocked him like halfway through, and he was like, oh, this side's done. You need to turn me over. It's a pretty epic scene. And that's why we're St. Lawrence, San Lorenzo Valley. Yep.
Yeah, we did it. Okay, thank you. Learn as you go. There's so much going on, so many moving pieces, you know?
Yeah.
Especially for pre-sanctified, I didn't think about that because there's so much bowing
Yeah.
and prostrations. You don't do that usually. So it was an interactive service.
How'd you like the hymns and stuff?
The hymns were good. The hers were good.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, I think it is different than, I mean, at least than other things I've been to.
You haven't been to a lot of, the only other thing I've been to like that is like a Catholic church for like Mexican weddings and
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't really have a lot to compare it to.
Yeah.
I've never really been to like a Protestant church, Baptist, anything like that.
Did you see the censer at all?
The thing he's waving?
Yeah.
The incense thing?
Yeah, that's the censer.
Yeah, it's sick movement too. He has that forward like. But also, I noticed he holds it in front of him, so he doesn't accidentally smack someone behind him. Like, he actually has a really good incense form.
No, he's been doing that for years.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that dude, that's the movement of someone who knows how to swing. All right, we're on our way home from the FAMs up the mountain we're going right now. Dude, we just saw 2 skunks. We saw a first skunk and then a second one. They keep being on the side of the road and like too quick for me to actually film them, but it's funny, I don't really see them that often. So just seeing 2 in one trip home. Skunk season! I did want to give us a little breakdown, little recap on our trip to the Orthodox Church with the fam. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. It was about a 2-hour service. I think it started right around 6. By the time I checked my phone after we were out and a little bit further away, it was 8:10, so just about a 2-hour service. I don't think I've ever been to an Orthodox service of any kind before. My family is Mexican, so our weddings, that like my extended family, that side does them in like San Juan Bautista, which is a mission, so that's more Catholic. So I have a little more experience in the Catholic side of things, but never been to an Orthodox service, and it was quite nice. The people there were super friendly, super nice. The space itself, I mean, you'll see in the footage, was just gorgeous. Amazing woodworking, paintings. I like that they kind of like sing everything, honestly. Like everything's kind of a hymnal song. That was kind of a cool vibe. And honestly, my key takeaway, because I'm not super like religious necessarily. I've gotten into various spiritual paths. When I was raised, I had, pretty hippie parents, so was around a lot of Hinduism. I myself have gotten into some more like Kemetic African philosophy and spirituality before. But my key takeaway is, especially in the times we're living in, like any group of people who are actively trying to better themselves, who are trying to like fight the good fight and stay positive and lead with love, I think I'm 100% for that. I think a lot of times, at least from my own perspective, especially looking at Catholicism and different Christianity forms that like lead with a little more guilt, sometimes that scares me off, and the wording, it's not like the message that draws me in the most. But it's funny, as I've gotten older, when I was younger, I was like not very into religion. The older I've gotten, the more I honestly just like really appreciate people just coming together and building community. So I had a great time. Probably gonna go back at some point, because I honestly like ceremony, I like community. So yeah,
pretty basic takeaway, but enjoyed it. My nephew was, I think they call him a server boy or something, like not an altar boy, but really cool to see him do that. And yeah, it was a vibe.
Thanks for watching the vlog. Watch another or subscribe here.